Hello, we are Shani, Kristiana, Martha, and Teodora. We are a group of recent graduates from the UCLA Architecture and Urban Design Master's course with complementing interests and backgrounds including theater, public health, and mathematics. Our project, titled Vogue Climatic Couture for the Urban Stage, takes a close look at Chicago as climate change distorts and compresses seasons, resulting in a city that must imaginatively tailor new attire to replace the ineffective glass coats of its modernist towers and robe them in climatically appropriate couture. Like John Hejduk said, we cannot do a building without building a new repertoire of characters, of stories, of language, and it's all parallel. Chicago is our stage and runway for outwardly and deeply expressive performances.
The project began in our studio fall of 2019. The intent was to imagine Chicago in year 2040 during a time of extreme climate change in which the city launches an urban design initiative to repurpose a network of buildings into archipelagos of coolth. In our case, both sides of the extreme coolth as well as the extreme warmth. The challenge of the studio was to create a new adaptation of Mies van der Rohe's Federal Center building, to provide places of coolth and warmth for this new environmental profile. The studio was developed as a think tank to create designs that synthesize selective demolition or reconstitution with scientifically informed conjectures. Our studio broke into teams of 2s and 3s, offering a variety of design proposals and innovative techniques to address this brief. The resulting ideas invoked a network of buildings and techniques, resulting in a new narrative of adaptive robing and disrobing.
En Vogue, Climatic Couture for the Urban Stage. Plot. With Chicago's 4 seasons rapidly merging into 2 turbulent ones, it is time to strip the ineffective glass coats from its modernist towers and dress them in climatically appropriate couture. By adopting Mies's Federal Center as a mannequin and clothing the building in climatically responsive garb, we set the stage for city fabric as a theater of fashion. Seasonal costume changes give buildings anthropomorphic qualities, encouraging new forms of empathy between humans and environments. Newly reanimated, once empty plazas and ferrovitreous husks become confident, flamboyant models for vivacious couture. Act 1, Summer, Earthen Primitive Islets. In unbearable heat, the technology reverts to ancient, passive methods of cooling. Water drips down conical bundles of terracotta, emanating coolth from its warm hues. The anterior pools reciprocate the stream of water into underground stepwells. Below the plaza, shade and water provide pleasurable respite from the severe summers. Act 2, Winter, Techno-effervescent fringe. In the cold of winter, the building is cloaked in technological tassels. Facades are wrapped in UV-absorbing metal rods, which act as passive heat exchangers for a system of solid-state heat pumps that warm the interior. The air is obscured with mist and steam from a series of heated pools. Denouement. The annual ritual of robing and disrobing is a cyclical performance in constant flux. It is expressive, interactive, and deeply human. After all, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing.
Working on En Vogue Climatic Couture for the urban stage was an exciting opportunity that allowed our team to further develop the project that was established in the fall of 2019. As such, we wanted to take a minute and acknowledge a group of people without whom this project would not exist. We would like to express our immense gratitude to Mohamed Sharif, a UCLA adjunct professor who introduced us to both the topic and the competition, and David Erlich, who was part of the original team to develop the design for the terracotta tower. We also thank the professionals who helped advise us along the way. Thank you, Chicago Architecture Club, for establishing and organizing Burnham 2020.